Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain.
Gotta be quicker than the music. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the channel. My name is Tanya, or Titanium Built. Today, we are going to be delving into the latest developments in Austin Drummond's case. So sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and get this live started. It's a different live today. Now, my dog is at the door, so I'm just going to, and I have like Vincent stuff here, so that's like his important stuff. Okay. Let me let the dog in real quick. I knew she was going to do this. Let your sister in. Where are you going? Come on. Come on, both of you in here. Come on, both of you. You'll want to stay. You don't want to stay. You stay too, because you're just going to want to come back in, you know? It's a fun time. It's pretty fun here. Sorry about that. If it's, you know, it's when you have dogs, you just have dogs. I don't know. You guys know. You guys know if you have dogs. They go wherever you go. And then they act like they're like little kids in the background. So welcome in, everybody. It's good to see everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Welcome in. Oh, look, they're going to growl at each other. You hear that? That's love right there. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, hi. Hopefully you didn't fall asleep. Hey, DM. Welcome in, everyone. Oh, okay. She's got her. There's 2 beds in here. Like, they're big enough to where I can lay in the bed with the dog. Like, when we bought these beds, I laid in them before they did. I was like, I'm going to try this bed out. They're pretty fluffy, too. I mean, I probably could lay down and take a nap if I was that tired on one. I have a hair in my eye, sorry. But I won't. But no, so they want to, Mia likes to lay with Araya. See, that's what she's just trying to do. Oh, she's just trying to lay with you. You're her big sister. You should see the look I'm getting. Oh my gosh. I should have asked Vincent if I had permission to show him, which I don't really need permission. How mad would he be? Remind me at the end of the live, I might show you some pictures that Vincent took with my cat that are it's his cat too. It's our cat. But no, they're the cutest pictures I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, I've had this cat for 18 years and he's never given me a picture like that. Hey, Mary Beth, welcome on in. It's good to see you. And hey, Mike Jetson, where you been? Thinking we haven't noticed. Hey, Aries. Hey, Aries, how you doing? You're not doing any dark side or any crazy stuff today or whatever it is. None of that. Oh, here it is. The gears of war. I knew it was coming. It's crazy. It's crazy out there. Be careful. Be careful. I've got my opinion. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Connie. Welcome in, everyone. It's good to see you guys. Look at that. Connie's been a member for 3 months. Your titanium arm should have changed colors then. That's exciting. Yeah, I think it's 3 months, 6 months, a year and a half, maybe, and then 2 years. Maybe 2.5 years now, too, I think. Maybe just 2 years. We're getting there. Look at this, 23 months. Wow. And Ladybug almost did hers the other night, or she did hers the other night, and it was almost 2 years. She was 22 months. I was telling Vincent. I'm like, a lot of you guys, Mary Beth, a lot of you guys have been here. Aries, Ashley Higgins, that girl's been here since I don't know how she's put up with me this long. She's been here since before. I think she was one of the first people that came in the chat when I didn't really have anybody. Because when you start, you don't have people in your chat at all. No, I guess if you have family, you could tell your family you're doing a YouTube and then they could come in. But no, I didn't do that. I just went live by myself. I did Q&As too. Who's going to ask me a question? No one was there. It was fun though. It was fun. But hey, Deborah. It's been a while since we've covered this case. Hey, baby girl. Hola. And hey, citizen. I'm new. I have my notes over to the side here because we have not covered this case in a while. Actually, I should have went and looked. It's been a while. Actually, I will look really quick. Just for, just because there hasn't been anything new to come out. And I think I said something about it the other night. Like, there's just nothing. I did. I said, I need someone in Tennessee to get me the documents because I think it was last night. Because in Tennessee, you have to, for some reason, if you want to do a FOIA, you have to live there. So that doesn't work because I don't live there. But I did do one. It was like him and then a bunch of other updates. So it was September 11th. And then before that, wow, that was a while. So, okay, September 6th. It's been a little while. So I think we all probably need a little refresher. Let me get into the chat where I just was. Oh no. Where do I need to be? Oh, I'm not on the right one. I have to go back to the first page. I was trying to click into an old live. That's why it wasn't letting me go in. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. I'm with you now. That way I can see you guys. So it's a little better. He is a horrible human. Yeah. He loves to lurk. Oh, and I can do something now. What is this? Okay. Tall, wide. Maybe we'll do tall, medium. Oh, or big. Oh, should we do medium or big? We'll do medium. I like big, but that's just because your girl can't see. Now, how do I get this to go away? Okay, there we go. Okay, it was just something new that came on StreamYard all of a sudden. We're just having all kinds of new stuff tonight, aren't we? Okay, but we are going to be diving into the case of Austin Drummond. There's more people that are included in this case. We won't be getting too much involved with them tonight, but we'll kind of, go over the whole case, through the next, few days or, we'll maybe do it like every other day or something, but we'll get it all back in because it's been a while since we've covered this case. So, and I want to cover it because it's very, very interesting and it's horrific. And I feel like a lot of people really aren't covering it right now. So we need to keep the word out that he needs to go back. He was doing just fine in prison. He apparently liked it. He had his PlayStation or whatever, his Xbox. He had his cell phones. I think he had a gun or something in there, someone said. He was eating all the ramen he could eat. I mean, you saw his like pantry. I mean, he has more food than most American homes in his jail cell. And now he is going back to prison, not just for the murders. I mean, they're sending him there because he can't be housed in a jail. So we'll get to that too. But on July 29th, 2025, police discovered a brutal crime scene in rural Western Tennessee. That's where this is happening. 4 members of one family, and let me actually pull up their picture. Connie, thank you for becoming a new member. I thought you were a member. Maybe just came back. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I have like this little chart that shows everybody. So it'll help everybody kind of remember. But let me see here. Let me put me. Okay, there we go. But on, like I was saying, July 29th, 2025, police discovered 4 victims, and they were shot in a wooded area in Tiptonville, Tennessee. The victims were Courtney Rose, 38, Adriana Williams, 20, Braden Williams, 15, and James Matthew Wilson, who was 21. Adriana and James were together. They had the baby together. On that same day, a 7-month-old infant, and this is what caught my attention, was news came out that an infant was found abandoned. Now we know it related to the victims, but it was just a baby. It was abandoned in a neighbor's yard or a neighboring yard, to this crime, but it was, in just someone's yard, and they didn't know what was going on. Right. And I was like I remember like the first news coming out, and then the second one came out and it was like, okay, they found 4, bodies, and they think that that has like a link to it. So, investigators did say though, that the person, that did this, that it appeared to be targeted, not random. For example, a cell phone that was used by Drummond was tracked to the area where the bodies were found, and video and other digital forensics were introduced at the preliminary hearing. And we listened to that, I think, not too long ago. We're going to hear another hearing from him tonight. But the prosecution also notes that Drummond had personal connection to the family, which the personal connection was the sister of Courtney Rose. That is his girlfriend. That was, she was a guard in the prison that he was in. I'm sure that's probably where their relationship started. She doesn't work there anymore. I don't know if she got fired or what happened, if she left, but I don't know if we'll get that information. But he went on the run after all this happened. So babies found in the front yard of someone's house at 3 p.m. There are 4 bodies that are found, 40 minutes away from the baby. They connect everybody together, and then they're like, okay, Austin Drummond, easy. It probably didn't take them too long, to get that link. Then he goes on the run, and for a week long, we were talking about this case, where the hell is he at? Then I forget his name, but bless his soul, this guy was doing construction, and he saw this dude walk out of the woods, and he was like, he don't look like he's supposed to be around here. And he was watching the news, and he called the police, and they arrested him on August 5th in Jackson, Tennessee, after a week-long manhunt. So he was formally charged with multiple counts, including 4 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated kidnapping in the case of the baby, and various firearms violations, because he's a felon and he can't have a firearm. The state of Tennessee is seeking the death penalty if he is convicted, reflecting the gravity of the alleged crimes: 4 documented murders, the kidnapping, abandonment of the baby, and strong evidence linking the suspect. When he first appeared in court, he pled not guilty, of course. So, to give you a little recap on what happened last week, at a hearing in Lake County, Tennessee, the judge ruled that there's sufficient evidence for the case to be moved to a grand jury for formal indictment. We're going to watch that tonight. Also, Drummond has been transferred from the county jail to the state prison system ahead of trial. The reasons given: disruptive behavior. I mean, He knows he's going to be in prison the rest of his life. Why not, right? Including possession of items like Suboxone strips. Didn't we just talk about this last night that I told you guys it was easier to get drugs sometimes on the inside of the jail than it is on the outside of jail? And he was covering his cell door with paper, like toilet paper, like wetting it down, putting it on there, and feces. Yeah. I don't care where I was locked up at. I would never, that would never cross my mind to do that. Like, no, it would not. It would not. But the judge and local officials said that the county facility lacked the resources to manage him, given his behavior and security risks. You can't handle a jailer that's just putting toilet paper on his door and poop. Make him clean it every day, all day. Just make him sit there and clean the damn door. What do you mean? Why poop? They always do that, baby girl. I don't know why they always go for the poop. It's probably because they think that maybe the guards are going to clean it up. I think what they do a lot of times is they'll back up their toilets. I know that. And they think that the guards will clean it or something, but then they have, they clean it. Smell like shit. Like, I mean, he's putting shit. I mean, yeah. Man, like he's something else. He really is. I mean, these people were age 15 to 38. And why would you, I still don't know the why, because he was dating Courtney's sister. So why the hell would you kill her family? Right? And then he went to Courtney, or then he went to, I can't even think of the girlfriend's name right off the top of my head now. But Courtney's sister, he went to her house after the murders and was there. And then at a certain time, he turned his phone off, his little burner phone, for the last time. And it was when he got the news. When he got the news that they had found the bodies, when the cops came to tell his girlfriend. I think he had to do drugs too. It's the only thing I could think of. And welcome in, everybody that's coming in. I'm seeing you. PKC said this too slowly. Yeah. Yeah, he's lost his mind. Like shit. That sounds normal, right? Yeah. I think it was drugs. It has to be. I mean, I think I say that because it has to be something that's so out of this, like, you'd have to be out of this world to do this. Like, we know that he's like part of a gang life, but I mean, and he was like a big time or whatever in the jail. He was in prison for 13 years, I think, altogether, 13 years. So for robbery, like, I mean, he's pretty much grew up in the prison system. And I think that he got out just like in September. And I think that he got out and maybe got overwhelmed. And I think that, I don't know why he did this, but I think this was like, okay, if I go back, I go back. Because, I mean, you would literally have to be out of your mind to know, to think that you wouldn't get caught doing this, in my opinion. So we're going to see him roll on in. Actually, we'll read this article first, and then we'll see him roll on in. But that's him now. Look at me looking. They ain't giving him the Brian Koberger haircut and regular clothes, are they? Mm-mm. They sure aren't. They sure aren't. I don't know why they did that with him. Hey, Shauna. Vice Lord, thank you. Thank you, Vice Lords. I couldn't remember the name. It's been a while since I went over this case. Oh, the jailers. Dawn said probably the jailer. I mean, people can come in with this stuff too. Like, I used to watch Drugs Inc. and stuff like that. Me and my mom used to watch that. But so one thing that I've heard, well, we all know if you go into jail, there's one way you can bring things in, right? I mean, like, there's that way. Okay. But I've heard of people, mostly women, but they will take like a flesh color rubber band or like a hair tie. And I'm trying to like think of how to explain the hair ties. They're like those ones where you can just like kind of like make them wider, and they'll put like medicine in there. And somehow, I don't know how they keep themselves dry there when they do the delousing bath, like showers. They must just keep their foot like to the side or something. I don't know, but they could sneak it in that way too. I'm sure there's a lot of other ways that I don't know about. I mean, hell, you know, I mean, I don't know. I was just thinking like, where would I hide it? And I was thinking my eye. Like if I could, I don't think I could hide anything back there, but that'd be kind of weird. But it says Austin Drummond, the accused killer of 4 family members in Lake County, will be moved to a state prison while he awaits his next trial. And they better not send him back to the same one he was in. Like that would just be craziness. But they haven't said yet which one. So Judge Mark Hayes said that Drummond's behavior created problems for which he now demands law enforcement to deal with and tolerate. Well, they should do that in the county jail. I mean, he hasn't been convicted of a crime yet. Like, just like people screaming for Koberger. Where's everyone screaming for Austin Drummond? I'm just saying. I mean, I take him to prison for all I care, but I think he's going to have a lot more freedom in a prison, though. I just feel like, especially being a vice lord. So, Judge Hayes said Drummond had quite the audacity to oppose being moved after his previous actions. I like this judge. He also mentioned the court found that Drummond possesses a significant behavioral and security risk due to his previous actions while in prison. He's had some disciplinary issues with possession of Suboxone strips, which is a Schedule 3 narcotic in Tennessee, or a Schedule 3 controlled substance. He's also had some issues with covering his cell door with various things, paper and feces, said Assistant District Attorney Andrew Hayes. He will be moved to a prison within the Tennessee Department of Corrections until his trial on May 7th, 2026. They better not move it either. The exact location hasn't yet been revealed. Usually pretrial detainees do not go to the Department of Corrections, but we filed that motion on behalf of the Lake County and Obion County Sheriff's Departments because of the issues with Mr. Drummond's behavior. One of Drummond's attorneys, how many he got? Drew Farmer said they are now working to decide if they want to appeal Judge Hayes' decision. Someone who's a pretrial inmate who's presumed innocent and has not been found guilty by a jury. Nobody from the Department of Corrections came to court today. Nobody from the Department of Corrections has been able to tell us where they are taking our client, and nobody has been able to tell us how far away the facility might be to schedule meetings. Oh, yeah. That could be tricky. But if you're being paid, shut up. Farmer said that depending on where Drummond is moved, it can create challenges as his defense team prepare for the upcoming trials next year. I don't think he has like a lawyer. We'll have to check. Drummond was sentenced to 10 years in 2014, but racked up multiple additional charges while locked up. Yeah, for drugs, weapons, and even attempted murder. I'm going to show you a tape on that. Drummond's parole was denied, and over the next 4 years, his record got worse, including multiple charges for possession of meth, marijuana, contraband, and weapons. How? Okay, that has to be somebody that has to be a guard. There's no way someone is smuggling in a gun, right? I mean, surely not. So video obtained, shows the brawl. We're going to watch this. Trigger warning. He's in prison and he beats someone up. I mean, it's pretty bad. So 5-star. And please while we're watching this, please hit the like button. If you appreciate the content, don't forget to become a member. I will link the channel membership in the chat. Also, if you forget to look at the pinned comment, you can always go on the front page or the little money sign at the bottom right-hand corner if you want to become a member.
New details tonight about the attempted murder charge accused family killer Austin Drummond picked up before his release from prison last year. All thanks to video captured inside lockup. Welcome to Action News 5 at 5 this evening. I'm Joyce Peterson.
I'm Joy Redmond. Action News 5's Imani Williams live in studio with what she's learned. Imani.
Austin Drummond's bond on that attempted murder charge was revoked just yesterday. He was behind bars for a decade at the Northwest Correctional Complex in Tiptonville. Now, during that time, he received at least 25 disciplinary infractions, allegedly joined the Vice Lords gang, and was charged with trying to kill another inmate during a fight. Now, the video you're about to
Her accent is really cute. Did you hear how she said keel? I'm sorry, that was cute. We gotta go back.
in Tiptonville.
I'm sorry. I've never heard anyone say it like that.
Northwest Correctional Complex in Tiptonville. Now, during that time, he received at least 25 disciplinary infractions, allegedly joined the Vice Lords gang, and was charged with trying to kill another inmate during a fight. Now, the video you're about to watch is disturbing. Now, footage obtained by Action News 5 shows a full-on brawl inside the T-Dock Run facility. Drummond is the white man you see in the video. Now, the fight happened while Drummond was serving a 13-year sentence for aggravated robbery, a crime he committed back in 2014. This fight resulted in Drummond being charged with attempted first-degree murder and possession of a weapon in a penal facility. He never answered to those charges before being released.
So that tells me right there that he had something in his hand, like a shank or something. If they're charging him with that, he barely got a hit in on that guy, like punch wise, like, right? But if that was a weapon.
Released from prison, the $130,000 bond he paid when he walked out of jail was revoked by a judge yesterday afternoon. Now, as you know, Drummond was charged with murder less than a year after his release, accused of killing a family of 4 in Lake County, Tennessee last month. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty in that case. Live in studio, Imani Williams, Action News 5.
That's insanity, right? Look at these gorgeous people. Prosecutors say he tried to kill a fellow inmate by repeatedly attacking the man with what appears to be a weapon. Okay. He was charged with attempted first-degree murder and bringing contraband into the penal facility. Despite the incident being well documented, Drummond's sentence was never increased and he was ultimately released. If he'll do that in a prison, with guards all around watching him, what do you think he's going to do when he's out in the public? Just going to be candies and roses or something? I don't even know. Chocolates and roses, I don't know the saying, but you know, you get it. Drummond is also facing the death penalty for the murder. So, you know, he'll be back in court with a co-defendant regarding the fight at the correctional facility. Oh, I guess he's going back about it. So, in November. That's next month. That's coming up. Okay, look at this. Click here to report. I could do that every live. Report a grammar error on something. Okay, so let's watch him wheel into court. The sound isn't the greatest in the beginning. I hope it gets better. They were like shuffling papers and stuff. I don't know. People be doing the mostest. This isn't court TV by any means. So, you know, I think it's a local station that is filming, so that's why it's not the best quality, but you can hear everything okay. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the chat and I'll be in the chat with you guys. And I'm starting this at the 36 minute because this is all just people that were before him, and so he's getting ready to walk in the doors now. Make sure the volume's up. Yeah. Sorry, you guys got to see my 18 notifications up there. I know, Shauna.
24 CR 11036. 23 CR
Yeah, Jennifer.
1945. Austin Drummond.
All right, what's our objective this afternoon? I know there's a motion pending by the state.
Yes, sir. The state would like that heard today, and then it relates to his 2 pending cases, 23 CR 10945. The state would ask to set that for trial. His other case, 24 CR 11036, he has a co-defendant, and Andre Brown, that is set next month on November 24th at 1 o'clock. It has Mr. Weekly. The state wants to ultimately set that case for trial as well, but I think we probably need them together.
When did I set that? November 24 at 1, the co-defendant's case?
Yes, sir.
Let's set then 11036 for November 24 at 1 o'clock. And we're gonna, Mr. Farmer, are you opposed to setting?
I think I found a better one. This one looks better, doesn't it? Like the,
I know there's a motion pending by the state.
yeah, this one looks better, I feel like.
That third day, and then the latest his two pending cases, 23 CR 10945. The state would ask to set that for trial. His other case, 24 CR 11036, he has a co-defendant, and Andre Brown, that is set next month on November 24th at 1 o'clock. It has Mr. Weekly. The state wants to ultimately set that case for trial as well, but I think we probably need them together.
When did I set that? November 24 at 1, the co-defendant's case?
Yes, sir.
Let's set then 11036 for November 24 at 1 o'clock. And we're gonna, Mr. Farmer, are you opposed to setting the drug indictment for trial, sir?
No, Your Honor, we are not opposed.
One day?
Yes, sir.
What do you think, Mr. Farmer?
I would ask for 2 days, Your Honor. Because the court did set the other case for the 24th at 1 p.m.
November 24 at 1, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Does that work for you? I said it without asking you, I apologize.
Yes, sir. I do have matters in Madison County that morning, but I should be able to be here in the
Okay.
afternoon.
Okay. Thinking about April 30. That is a Thursday, I think. And it would give us a second day available if we had to have it.
Yes, sir. That worked for the state.
Honestly, Your Honor, I have a child rape case scheduled that day.
May 7.
Your Honor, that would work.
May 7 works.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Worked for the state as well.
Thank you. I think we probably need a pretrial conference. Mr. Farmer, April is April 27 at 1 or April 28 at 9, whatever your preference is, for a pretrial conference, which is not going to take but just.
We would prefer the 27th at 1, Your Honor.
Okay.
He looks so pathetic sitting there. Look at him. He looked pathetic in his first hearing.
Is the state's motion captioned for both cases?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Farmer, any opposition to going and hearing that motion now?
Your Honor, Mr. Drummond has prepared a letter that the court would like the court to receive as an exhibit. Otherwise, I have no objection to hearing the state's motion today.
Seen the letter?
I have not.
Okay. I won't, I can't decide on it until the state's had an opportunity to look at it, see what their position is.
He's like, you got your copy? Yep, got my copy. Okay, let's get this started. I want to fast forward through all this for you guys. Oh, look at him. He must be the other lawyer. Oh, wait, wasn't he the one that talked last time? Oh, no, he was just in that room last time with all the... Remember, he had all the cops around him. Yeah. Look at him. You killed 4 people, bro. And took a baby. Look at... Oh, I don't even... When he looks at you. Look at his eyes. He has that... He has those arches where his eyes just look sad, but that's just his eyes. Do you know what I mean? And for a second, you're like... Before you realize who he is... If this was just a random person on the street with regular clothes on and he looked at you like that, you'd be like, oh, what happened? You know? He just, he don't have like that crazy stare, that we're used to looking at. That's what I'm trying to say. Like the Brian Koberger stare. Or Murdoch even, he had a stare. Just the look. He just looks pathetic. If he wouldn't have had a gun, this wouldn't have happened. Look at him. He does look like a wimp. He's so small. He's thinking. Look at him. He's thinking about something.
Judge, having read the letter, the state would still ask to go forward on this motion today.
Right? Baby girl, yeah.
Does the state have any objection?
Oh, do you, Angie?
Viewing the letter?
No, Your Honor.
No, they won't give him drugs. I was trying to pause this and I was on the other page, pausing the other video. Welcome in, everybody. That's what I asked. How did he get them all out there? I don't know. I think he might have said something was wrong with his girlfriend. Or... because they brought out like several cars. They all came in a different car, like a different vehicle, and they showed up at different times. Like he had enough time to, I believe it was Courtney and Braden I think that they were first, maybe. Because I remember them talking about he had tarp and he put tarp over them. So that when Adriana and, the baby and James came out in their vehicle, that they wouldn't see them right away. And he ended up putting them like over here. So some of the bodies were over here on this side of the road. And then some were over like located back here, like towards the wood line area. So either he forced them to go there, which that's what I think he did, and then he shot them, or he shot them and drugged them, which I don't think he did that because he does not look strong enough to do anything like that. And then he took the baby to a person's yard. And then he made a scene, like he like stopped a car and was like, there's a baby in a yard up here. And then I guess he drove off, like drove on, just because the cops were trying to, whenever, at first they were trying to say, you did really good with like, putting the baby in the yard, like you didn't hurt the baby and like this and that. And like, but he didn't care. Yeah, he wasn't alone. He had his accomplices there with him. And I said, well, we'll go to them like on another live, but yeah, for sure. Like he had 4 people helping him. So no, and that's fine, Mandy. What do you think happened? That's just what I know from, reading the court documents and stuff. That's what I've been given. So.
Okay.
Your Honor, we just want that to be marked, maybe exhibit to this hearing.
Well, I'll let the clerk, I'll tell you what we'll do. We will mark it as an exhibit, just for identification. Do you want to make a statement before?
No opening statement or anything, Your Honor.
Your Honor, just very briefly, I'm happy to have this hearing and hear what the state's witnesses have to say and what the state has to say. I do think it's important to note and that the court could save itself a lot of time. If you look at the state's motion, the state's only legal authority is a statute, Tennessee Code annotated 4023-107, which is in the Title 40 and Chapter 23, which is a chapter of the Tennessee Code that is dealing exclusively with the execution of final judgments after the court has already imposed a sentence. And that is the very title of Chapter 23 of Title 40 is execution of judgments. The state is asking the court to take someone who is presumptively innocent and has not been convicted of a crime, is not serving a sentence, all of his prior sentences have expired. They want the court to take somebody who's not serving a sentence, who's a pretrial detainee, and take him to the Tennessee Department of Corrections and put him in prison. And the only legal authority for that proposition is a statute that doesn't apply to pretrial detainees. It's clear from the context of the statutory provisions cited by the state that it has nothing to do with this case. And we would cite I believe it's State versus Gray, which also supports our reading of the statute. That's 602 Southwest 2nd, 259. So, again, I'm happy to hear what they have to say and their accusations of how they say Mr. Drummond has been behaving in the Obion County Jail, but I mean, local sheriffs and local jails deal with allegedly misbehaving inmates every day in our state, in our country, and that has never been enough to send them straight to prison. I mean, they can charge him with a new crime if he committed a new crime while he's in jail. They can discipline him for violating their disciplinary rules. They can hold it against him in terms of sentencing credits and privileges.
Hey, they did it to Coburger.
But you can't put a man in prison before he's been sentenced, and that is exactly what Mr. Drummond does. So the state's asking the court to do something. We respectfully submit. The court does not.
He does have charges. He has charges from when he was in jail. I don't understand why they let him out. Like that was what they did wrong. They let him out. So it was like a way for him to, I mean, he was on parole. Like, why wasn't he put back right into jail? Either way, he's on parole. You go back to jail. I mean, I guess they just really messed up. They really messed up big time.
That happens, the defendant will be asking for permission to file an interlocutory appeal. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Call your first witness.
Let me see if I can get the audio
Sheriff,
boosted a little.
Carl Jackson.
All right, I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
It's very confusing. Sorry about that.
And Your Honor, we call for the rule.
The person that's going to testify needs to wait out in the hall until you call. you have witnesses in the courtroom to take.
Your Honor, the only other witness the state would intend to call is Sheriff Brian Avery.
That's all, only other witness.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good, everyone stay in.
Did it work for you guys? Because it worked for me. I know the audio is low. I just didn't think I could get this booster that fast. Let me see if this is, tell me if it's louder because it's a lot louder for me.
Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir. Wait, Jenny.
You state your name
Carl Jackson.
and you the Sheriff of Obion County, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
Sheriff Jackson, you also maintain the jail there.
Yes, sir.
And is Mr. Austin Drummond the defendant an inmate of your jail currently?
Yes, sir, he's pre-trial detainee.
Okay, and does he have charges in Obion County?
Not at this time.
And why are you holding him there?
I'm holding him with Sheriff Avery.
Okay. And how long has Mr. Drummond been in your custody?
I don't know, I didn't write down the exact date.
Early August, sound right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where are you housing Mr. Drummond at within your jail?
We have a maximum security area, and he's being housed in that maximum security area.
Does he have any jail cellmates?
No, sir.
And since his incarceration in the Obion County Jail, has he been disruptive?
Objection, he calls for hearsay. Sheriff hasn't a third meeting.
You don't know that, he hasn't answered yet.
Objection be overruled, go ahead. As far as to me, he's not been disruptive.
Okay. And have you have reports of his behavior?
Objection, hearsay, Your Honor.
Just a minute. You're asking him if he has reports,
Yes, sir.
and the objection is hearsay, and I'll give you a chance to lay foundation for the reports.
Okay. Who monitors Mr. Drummond?
Well, I would have to say that all our correctional officers do.
Throughout different shifts?
Yes, sir.
Do you personally go back into the jail?
Not that often.
And have you observed anything of Mr. Drummond's behavior?
Mr. Drummond has never been disrespectful to me.
Okay. And if he was disrespectful or violated a rule, is there a procedure for your correctional officers to follow?
Yes.
Okay, and what is that?
Well, they would either be written up or sent to a D board.
Okay. And who presides over the D board?
It would be the jail administrator,
Okay, and who is that?
Captain Maynard.
All right. Do you have any involvement in the D board?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay. And so how would you be made aware of reports or any issues with an inmate?
Anything that comes to my attention will be made through Captain Maynard and reports. I mean, I can save the court some time, and be quite frank, if you want testimony that's not a hearsay testimony, Captain Maynard would be the better person. I think that, let's let the general ask for that. I'm sorry.
Is Captain Maynard here today?
He is here today.
You know, we gotta send him a step out.
I think he has done so.
Okay.
He's not present in the courtroom at this
Your Honor,
time.
he stated when we called for the rules.
He did.
But he hasn't
But
heard any, sorry.
Before we got to the heart of the testimony, he stepped out of the room. The court was observing.
So Sheriff Jackson, without getting into anything that is hearsay, based on what you have learned through your guards, do you have an opinion as to whether the Obion County Jail can safely maintain Mr. Drummond in your custody?
We have, to this point, it causes a lot of undue burden and undue stress on our jail and I realize that we are there to keep inmates, but as you can see, we have at least 6 officers here today for security. When we deal with him, we have 2 officers that deal with him consistently, wearing body cameras at all times.
And is it your opinion that he would be better off housed in the Department of Corrections?
It would be better off with my jail,
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
absolutely.
Do you think you can maintain him?
Do I think that I can maintain him?
Yes, sir.
We have it to this point.
Do you anticipate being able to continue doing that?
I anticipate starting to lose correctional officers and having to replace correctional officers due to this particular inmate.
Oh, he's like, I can house them. I don't want them to leave. I'm going to replace these guards. They fired.
Thank you. I pass the witness.
Good afternoon, Sheriff.
Good afternoon, sir.
Just so I recap your testimony, you're concerned that you may lose personnel if you have to continue housing Mr. Drummond,
I am.
and you think it would be better off for the jail without him?
Absolutely.
And it's an undue burden and stress for you to have to have so many officers come to court.
Yes, sir, it's costly.
And Mr. Drummond has never misbehaved in your presence?
Not in my presence, no, sir.
No further questions.
Redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Sheriff, you step down. Thank you, Your Honor. Call your next witness.
Captain Maynard?
You solemnly swear affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, so help you God?
Will you state your name?
Mitchell Maynard.
And Mr. Maynard, where do you work?
I work at the Elbine County Jail, and was captain there.
Let's get him to spell his last name, please.
Yes, sir. Will you spell your last name?
Maynard.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Maynard, are you familiar with Austin Drummond?
Yes, sir.
How are you familiar with him?
He's one of the inmates that is in our facility.
Okay. And are you aware of some of his behavior since he's been in your facility?
Yes, sir, I am.
And how are you aware
He's looking sharp. I'm just saying.
of his behavior?
Well, several ways. The first way would be write-ups, and also
Objection, hearsay.
How's that hearsay?
He's relying on write-ups to prove misbehavior, write-ups that I can't see or cross-examine.
not finished.
Why don't you lay a foundation for whether or not they keep.
He said I'm not finished.
In the course of their
Yep.
activity.
Yes, sir. Do you, Captain Maynard, will you describe the disciplinary process as it relates to any
I found-
inmate, not just Mr. Drummond?
There's several different ways it could be a write-up. Mainly any incident that occurs with an inmate is, I wouldn't necessarily write up, but documentation.
Okay, and how is it documented?
It is documented by the officer who was involved in that incident.
Okay. And do they have a duty to record that information?
Yes, they do.
Okay. And is it saved or preserved somewhere?
Correct.
And where is that?
It is in our system called iSomes.
Okay. And they do this in the regular course of their activities as
Yes, sir.
correctional officers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you the individual that is the custodian of those
Yeah.
records? In other words, you have access to them, you're tasked with reviewing them, keeping them, those types of things
Yes, sir. I get those records daily.
daily?
Yes.
And
He was
you
living
go through
large.
them, you look at them, review.
No, I said that in the beginning. He had more he had more food in his pantry than the regular, U.S. house right now. Like with his cell phones and his gun and his Xbox. Oh,
And those types of things.
Yes, sir.
he's a big man.
And have you personally seen anything of Mr. Drummond, or do you rely strictly on those records?
I personally have had to deal with incident with Mr. Drummond, yes.
Okay, what incident did you have to deal with on Mr. Drummond?
There was an incident with feces on the wall inside the cell and also the door.
Okay, and what day was that?
That day,
Oh, really?
I'd have to look here.
He's got his notes.
Yes.
He's like, oh, I forgot to show you guys this. It's my new magnifying glass. I'll have to tell you about it after this. Remind me. And it has like a holder. You've seen it.
And that would have been on the 30th of last month.
September?
I need to go to Tennessee. I want to go to
Got that
Tennessee.
incident for us?
I was notified by staff, sergeant on the shift, about Mr. Drummond's had put feces on the cell door window, covered it. And at that time, Mr. Drummond's has, we've had several, I've spoke to Mr. Drummond's about covering the window of the cell many a times with paper. This time it was feces, and you cannot observe inside the cell with that window covered. So when I was notified about the feces covering the window, I've immediately set up some staff and basically moved him to a different cell, and of course had to clean that cell.
Okay, and what kind of issues does that pose for correctional staff if they can't see into the window?
That could be, for his safety and our safety.
What do you mean?
No visibility when we do checks. We do checks regularly, hourly. We have a system for that, and not being able to observe the inmate, through that and making sure he's safe. That would be an issue, and also for other officers if having to deliver food or any kind of messages or anything to speak with the inmate or to interact with the inmate. It's a safety concern. Not being able to see what his position is.
And you said you had talked to Mr. Drummond about covering his door with other things?
Yes, Mr. Drummond's have wrote many letters and put on the door. We have advised him not to cover his door window. There's been incidents where Mr. Drummond's has laid many letters on the floor. Covering the window is a rule we have there. It's a safety concern. So yes.
Right. And what about letters on the floor?
Letters on the floor, throwing other correctional officers off their job, trying to, I would say, mislead them into something that they need to be focused on, the inmate, not something else. A distraction, you could say.
Okay.
They do that as a
Are you
distraction?
also aware of an incident with Suboxone?
I would feel like, I don't know. They do that more like for attention.
Yes, I am.
Suboxone?
And how are you aware of that?
We conducted a cell search, and while having Mr. Drummond checked, we
Checked.
conducted a strip search with, I had him split up and I had a strip search conducted when we immediately searched his cell, and it was on this person at that time.
And do you know how much was on this person?
Where was it?
Approximately around 39 strips.
Has he been
39 strips. Okay. I mean, a strip is like a piece of paper. That's a lot. Where was he hiding them? I don't know. I mean, I don't think your prison outfits come with pockets. So just saying.
only charged with that?
And not yet, no, sir.
Why not?
Have you had to take any disciplinary issues into jail since he's been there with him?
With him, yes, sir.
What disciplinary measures have you taken?
We, as far as, you know, there's privileges we have taken away, you know, certain break time, commissary. I'd be more detailed if I had that, but there has been some privileges taken away.
That doesn't tell us.
The removal of those privileges stopped or limited his behavior?
We are doing what the standard is, but we have limited, such as writing paper and that nature, kind of cut back on certain things so we can mainly get at a point where we can say, okay, you can start having this, you know. So we're working on that.
Have you gotten to that point?
Basically, he's saying we haven't done shit. Oh, I'd cut him. I would cut him for you, girl. We don't need his info then, for sure. That's horrible. And I would do that. But this guy over here, he's kind of like, why don't they come a little more prepared? I thought his suit's prepared. His suit is prepared. His beard is prepared. His hair is prepared. Where's the notes, buddy? We need your notes. We need you to say, yeah, he doesn't have rec anymore on Thursdays because he put poop all over his walls. He doesn't get a shower but twice a week now instead of 3 times because we can't take him in and out of the cell without him doing something stupid. Like, those are things that you take away. Like, I don't think they can technically take away as like church time or spiritual, time, but rec, you can take that away.
No, sir.
Okay. And
if he's working in the jail, you can take those privileges away, which I don't think he is, but
opinion, was it your opinion, can the Albine County jail handle Mr. Drummond?
No, sir. The staff we have, it's handle, yes, but as far as for a long period of time, I would say we would need a lot more help.
And is it a burden on the jail?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about?
No, sir.
Or I pass the witness.
I do like that they asked one of the guards or whatever that works there with him, like, because they asked the guy that like runs the jail or whatever he is or owns it or something. I don't know. He just is never there. So, he was like, yeah, keep him in my jail. But I mean, this guy's working there and he has to work around him every day. I'm sure that does get shitty. I'm sorry. I had to, but I'm sorry. That's not even that funny, but it made me laugh. So there's that.
Good afternoon, Captain Maynard.
Just then you look at him. I'm sorry. I can't take him seriously. I can't take him seriously now, knowing that he just like covered his whole wall in poo. And he got caught with 38 Suboxone strips, you amateur. What are you? Wait till this gets back to the Vice Lords. You can't even hold on to some strips. And where were they? And you can't take the strip out of the package, right? I'm assuming that the package keeps it fresh or whatever, or whatever it does, potent or whatever. So he had to have them in the packages, you would think. I would have taken all 38 of them and I would have rode that wave out. That would have been me. You ain't gonna catch me with nothing.
You don't know where Mr. Drummond will go, do you, if he's moved out of your facility?
No, sir.
Don't care. He probably don't care.
You can't tell the court or defense counsel whether it will be in East Tennessee or Middle Tennessee or West Tennessee, can you?
No, sir.
You can't tell the court or defense counsel whether Mr. Drummond's access to his counsel will be more or less than it is in the Obion County Jail, can you?
I can't tell you that, no, sir.
You can't speak for the Tennessee Department of Corrections, can you?
That's correct.
And so, if I understand you correctly on direct examination, you've had just one write-up,
No, as far as,
Mr. Drummond?
no, there's several incidents. I wouldn't say characterized as all write-ups, but informative. I would say documentation.
Okay. Well, how many actual disciplinary infractions has he received?
I would say more than 2 or 3.
And he's been there since the beginning of August?
Yes, yes, sir.
And which of these incidents would it be fair to say is the most serious?
I would say all of them.
Well,
Any incidents that occurs, it is serious.
so we talked about an incident involving feces.
Yes, sir.
Poop.
How long was that did that situation occur before it was cleaned up?
What do you mean? Can you rephrase that?
How long were the officers unable to see inside the cell as a result of the feces?
I would say maybe 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay. And none of the other occasions actually blocked visibility into the cell, the paper that you were talking about?
Yes.
They did block
Yes, sir.
visibility?
Yes, sir.
Well, how big were the pieces of paper?
I mean, different sizes. Anything that's in the window would cause a distraction to a correction staff.
Well, do you still have the paper?
Yes, sir.
Is it in court?
That I do not know, sir. I don't have it on me.
Isn't it true that,
He don't keep the paper.
was there a message associated with the feces?
Yeah, there was a message, yes, sir.
And what was the message?
I want to speak to my lawyer.
I want to speak to my lawyer?
Yes, sir.
What about the paper that you've been talking about? Did those have expressive messages on them as well?
I assume, yes, sir. I didn't read all of them.
But you can't say they didn't?
What's that?
You can't say they didn't have expressive messages on them either, can you? You can't talk about the contents of the paper that you don't have, correct?
Correct.
So, the incident with the Suboxone, that occurred in late September, early September, on September the 7th of this year, correct?
I believe so, if you have that paperwork.
And that's 2 months ago, correct?
Correct.
And nobody's charged Mr. Drummond with possession of contraband in your facility, correct?
Not yet, sir. No, sir.
And Mr. Drummond got to the Obion County Jail, I believe it was on August the 5th of this year, correct?
August 4th or 5th, something like that.
And it's fair to say that at the time that he arrived at your facility, there was a lot of public scrutiny on your facility at that time as a result of his presence, correct?
That I do not know, sir.
Well, you know that Mr. Drummond has always been someone who needed close scrutiny, correct?
Scrutiny as in what?
Tight security.
Yeah, yes, sir.
He's always been segregated from other inmates since he arrived at your facility, correct?
Yes, sir.
He's not allowed to interact whatsoever with any of the other inmates, is he?
I wouldn't say allowed to interact, but he has interacted with other inmates.
Physically?
Physically, as in what?
Well, has he been able to walk up and touch any of them?
No, sir.
So continuously since he arrived at your facility in early August of this year, he's had no ability to pass objects or receive other objects from another inmate, correct?
What about a
Has he been
kite?
watching?
Not a kite, but
Right.
fishing. What about when they fish? You know, like through the doors and the bottom of the doors? I don't know. I don't know if they could do that there.
And when you went in on September the 7th of 2025 to do this strip search, tell us how that works.
Well, that day, what happened was when we conducted the cell search, we immediately moved him to the strip search area, and he was strip searched by officers
Okay.
while his cell was searched.
Did you watch it?
The strip search?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Well, it
Do you know?
wasn't a public spectacle to be out there to be looking at them. It's not like, hello, here I am. Everyone come look.
So you did not observe the strip search?
No, sir. I was conducting the cell search.
All right. So you can't testify whether or not his Suboxone was on his possession before he handed his clothes to the officers who were strip searching him?
All I can do is testify from the report from the officers who was given the Suboxones, and the Suboxones was given to me to put in evidence.
But you can't testify about the chain of custody of the Suboxone prior to that?
Yes, I can.
Well, okay. Where did it come from before it was
It
handed?
came from Mr. Austin Drummond to a
Where
correction.
on Mr. Drummond?
From the report, it said from his hand. It was thrown in the floor from Mr. Drummond.
So how would Mr. Drummond have gotten Suboxone if he's been locked up in solitary confinement in your facility since August the 5th of 2025?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
You still haven't figured that out?
No, I have not, sir.
Is there a video recording of this strip search?
Not that I know of, sir.
So you don't record the,
We don't record doing strip searches.
well,
I have a camera in there. That's
Well,
not,
have you recorded Mr. Drummond in his cell? Is there video that shows the inside of his cell?
from what incident, what,
Well, while he's on an ordinary daily basis.
there should be, yes, sir. We have body cams, sir.
And when an inmate goes to do a strip search, do they pass through any kind of scanning machine first?
They do, sir.
Is there any report that the Suboxone was detected during that scan?
No, sir.
Would it be though? Like if it's, I mean, even if it's in foil, especially, wouldn't it like maybe like do something to the scanner? I don't know. Can you walk through a scanner and it like goes beep 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 beep? You got drugs on you? I mean, I might be stupid to this, but if there's something out there like that, let me know. Let me know. Really? They'll give you them? Baby girl, dang. Not in Ohio. They won't give you an Advil. If you are dying and you have a headache and you're like, can I get an aspirin, please? They'll be like, I ain't got any in my cart. Bye. See ya.
I believe when General Hayes asked you.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Casey. I
did
couldn't
you handle
imagine.
Mr. Drummond, you said yes, did you not?
I wouldn't say, I would say handle as an inmate, yes, but,
They should give you something to help.
for a long period of time, no.
They give you something called I think it's called, I'm probably gonna say this wrong, Visceral, something like that. And from what I've heard, because I've had friends that, not, I wouldn't say friends, people that I knew from school, like, or whatever, from high school and stuff. They had went into jail and they had they had to, withdraw. And they said that it was the worst thing ever. Like, they should have been given something. And they said that the Visceral would make the withdrawals even worse if you took the Visceral. They're like, we should have never taken the Visceral.
My job is to keep them safe, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Hey, he ain't a bad lawyer. I mean, that wasn't bad. That wasn't cringe, really. Like when Ann would talk. It is probably DM. You're probably right. That's probably what it is. That's probably all it is. I don't know what it is. I know that's the name of it, but yeah, that would probably piss you off a little more, right? If you're withdrawing and then you're just like half sleepy. I don't know.
You solemnly swear affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, so help you God?
I do.
This man means business. I have a feeling.
State your name.
Brian Avery.
Will you spell it for the court reporter, please?
Brian, Bryan, Avery, Avery.
And are you the sheriff of Lake County, Tennessee?
I am.
Is Mr. Drummond an inmate with you?
He is.
Okay, but he's not housed at your facility, is that right?
That's right.
Where is he housed at?
The Lyon County Sheriff's Office.
And why do you not, have you ever had Mr. Drummond in your facility?
Not for an extended stay. He was processed in, and the day that after he was processed, he was sent to Lyon County.
Okay. So in his current incarceration, he has not stayed with Lake County?
No, sir.
And why is that?
Safety reasons. I don't feel like we're equipped to house Mr. Drummond.
And why do you not feel that way?
Because it's our responsibility to keep Mr. Drummond safe, as well as staff, other inmates. And I have 2 pods over there where Mr. Drummond could be housed. And there's no way to lock inmates down in separate pods, keep them isolated. So I don't feel like that I could safely keep Mr. Drummond.
Okay, and are you worried about that just because the notoriety of his case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you've been made aware by Lyon County about the issues going on over there?
Yes, sir.
Does that change your opinion?
Not at all.
Do you have a large correctional staff?
I'm actually short right now.
How many correctional officers do you have on staff?
12, I believe.
Okay, and how many are you short?
3 or 4.
And do you have a max facility to keep an inmate in?
Do not.
So if you had Mr. Drummond and he needed to be segregated, where would he go?
We have joint population. We have holding cells, but holding cells are for short term, no more than 72 hours. You can only hold an inmate only 72 hours in those holding cells.
Okay. All right, you're on right past the week.
Your Honor, I don't have any questions.
I guess since the other inmates aren't throwing shit around, they don't mind them as much. I don't know. I think this comes down to them just like not wanting to clean up after them.
Thank you.
I wouldn't.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
State would rest its proof.
Farmer, you want to call in witnesses, sir?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Okay.
Just argument.
All right, I'll hear from you.
Oh, he's getting his iPad.
Anybody got a copy of the statute? I tried to pull it up a moment ago and I was unsuccessful.
I just have a digital
Judge,
copy.
I've got
If you don't mind me reading it.
Yeah, I have my
real quick
computer.
Before you go.
Yes, sir.
I won't look at anything else on my computer.
walk up there and
Which ones?
Just click, yeah, go ahead. Pull it up for me if you will. Thanks, that's what I wanted to say.
Oh no, mine's newer than his actually. I would love to be court staff. I think that would be just like the funnest job. Like this lady up here by the judge, sign me up. What does she do? I don't know what she does, but right now she's just kind of looking over at that computer like, what you seeing?
Thank you very much. I appreciate the courtesy. All right, Mr. Haynes.
Your Honor, the state would ask you to grant its motion and order the transfer of Mr. Drummond to the Department of Corrections pre-trial for safekeeping reasons. We did cite in our motion Tennessee Code Annotated 4023-107 that Your Honor has just read. And it states in subpart A, and the state thinks is relevant to its motion in counties where, because of the insufficiency of the county jail, for any other cause, the court may be of the opinion that the safekeeping of the inmates may require it. The court may order the immediate removal of inmates to the penitentiary or to the nearest branch prison at the cost of the state before the expiration of the time allowed to remove the inmates. The state also did not cite to Tennessee Code Annotated 414121, but would also point out in that statute, subpart A1, the sheriff has the authority when the jail of the county is insufficient for safekeeping of a prisoner to convey the prisoner to the nearest sufficient jail in the state, or if the prisoner is a juvenile, to the nearest sufficient juvenile detention facility. The state would submit that the proof by Captain Maynard, Sheriff Jackson, and Sheriff Avery is that Mr. Drummond has been a disruptive inmate within the county jail of O'Brien County and has committed at least a new criminal offense, whether he's been charged or not, by possessing 39 Suboxone strips within the jail. That is at least a Class D felony for violating Tennessee Code Annotated 3916-201 for possession of contraband. May also be another violation of 3917-417, possessing with intent to sell or deliver 39 Suboxone strips. Captain Maynard has also testified about the Mr. Drummond's behavior towards his jail cell. On one particular day, he covered his cell window with feces. Whether or not that was a message to the officers that he wanted to talk with his lawyers, it was still a hazard, as Captain Maynard has testified to. Does not allow correctional staff to complete their counts, to check on Mr. Drummond, those types of things. Same as when he has put paper over his window, put paper on the floor. These are safety issues, and the court would submit, or excuse me, the state would submit that TCA 4023-107 and 414121 give this court the authority to send a pretrial detainee to the Department of Corrections. There's one other case, State versus Chapman, which is 977 Southwest 2nd, 122. Ms. Chapman was actually serving a misdemeanor sentence in West Tennessee, and because of I believe the pregnancy issue, was transferred to the Department of Corrections, and the Court of Criminal Appeals upheld that transfer even though she was only serving a misdemeanor sentence because of the safekeeping issues with a pregnant individual within a jail. Obviously, Mr. Drummond, or within a county jail, obviously he doesn't have those types of issues, but the state will submit to you that there is some authority to go ahead and transfer pretrial detainees to the Department of Corrections. There is safety issues. Mr. Drummond's behavior has demonstrated that, and we're asking Your Honor to grant the motion.
His behavior. Okay. He snuck in some Suboxone strips, which I mean, he didn't sneak them in because he didn't go out to meet anybody in the visiting lobby. Someone gave them to him, right? Okay, so there's that. The only thing that I heard that he's done is put up paper, and I guess in feces, he put, I want to call my lawyer. Wow, how many phone calls does he? I mean, usually I don't know what kind of jail cell well, he's not in a holding cell, so he wouldn't have a phone. I don't know how many times a week he gets out to to call his lawyer, but I'm sure he could have just asked. But maybe he did. Maybe he did ask. Maybe he asked to call his lawyer and they said maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I'm just giving him a break here. I'm just playing devil's advocate for a minute. And maybe he said tomorrow is not happening and I'm going to show you guys that I mean business. And he put the poo on the wall. I don't know. But someone had to have given him this toxin. The only people that would have access to him is his attorneys and the jail staff, and maybe a couple jailers that are like maybe meal cart, like, taking the meal carts around. That's the only other thing I could think of, and they're putting them somehow on his meal tray. That's the only thing I can think of.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll be as brief as I can. It should be pretty brief.
I don't think you can get him through the vents.
2 weeks ago, and they only relied on 4023 107, to the best of my recollection. That second statute that's cited today was not even mentioned in the state's motion. I thought we were here, and the state's motion suggests that we were here to decide whether the court has authority and should exercise any such authority under 4023 107, which, as we argued, is about the execution of final judgments of sentence by the court and the authority that the court has to expedite the process of transferring a convicted and sentenced defendant to the custody of the Tennessee Department of Corrections. Again, that is not a proper interpretation of that subsection of Section 107 of Chapter 23 of Title 40. This new statute that's cited for the first time today with the pregnancy language is talking about moving pretrial detainees from one county jail to another county jail. It's not talking about taking a presumptively innocent pretrial detainee and putting them in the custody of the Department of Corrections in a prison. Prisons are for people who have already been found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt or pleaded guilty and been given a final judgment and sentenced by a court. And one thing that stands out about the state's motion and the evidence today is we haven't heard one thing whatsoever from the Tennessee Department of Corrections. And none of them have come into this court to indicate where it is they're taking my client if they take him. They won't disclose the location that they're taking him to, and they won't tell you anything about whether I'm going to be able to see him, when I'm going to be able to see him, how far I'm going to have to drive to see him, how often I'm going to be able to talk to him. And
apparently from what he wrote on the window, he thinks that's a problem now.
It's correct. And there's been no assurances that if the court just turns over this presumptively innocent man to the Tennessee Department of Corrections before he's even had a trial in any of his many cases, there's no assurance that the access and communication are going to be any better than they are now. I realize and concede that the job of being a sheriff and running a jail is a difficult job, and I'm not here to argue otherwise. But that's what the statutes of Tennessee contemplate with respect to the office of the sheriff, that they assume that duty, and that's what the statutes charge them with doing. And they deal with misbehaving inmates every single day. And they can handle this. It may be, as they stated, it may be inconvenient, it may be burdensome. But if that were enough to take misbehaving pretrial inmates and put them in the prison, then we'd have a lot of empty local jails across the state. And one thing I would also point out, Your Honor, is why is the state so eager to take him to the Tennessee Department of Correction as opposed to
one of them.
the other 95 counties in the state of Tennessee? There's 95 counties in the state of Tennessee, and there's several that are much closer to Lake County and Obion County than the secret location that TDOT is intending to take him to. And there's jails in Madison County, there's jails in Crockett County, there's jails in Gibson County, there's jails all across this region where, if you believe their testimony that they're just incapable of handling Mr. Austin, he could be transferred. So for all of those reasons, Your Honor, we are not in a position, and we have tried to consider the state's request in good faith, by the way, but we're not in a position to agree to it, and we oppose it.
Thank you very much. Anything else, Mr. Hayes?
No, Your Honor.
Matters before the court on the state's motion to relocate Mr. Drummond's to the Tennessee, or to a Tennessee Department of Corrections facility due to heightened security risk, misbehavior type issues there. It's clear from the testimony the defendant has created the need for heightened security and supervision. He is awaiting trial in case number 24 CR 11036. Actually, the trial has not been scheduled yet in that case, but it has trials scheduled in 23 CR 10945 for May 7, which is approximately 7 months off. Mr. Drummond's behavior has created the problems for which he now demands law enforcement deal with and tolerate there.
His mouth stopped moving.
And what he's discovered is this is the way law enforcement deals with prisoners who have cases like this one. And Mr. Farmer, with all due respect, and not another
I don't know why his mouth's not moving, but we're just going to go with it.
case like this case, very difficult to compare this to, as you say, any inmate who misbehaves there. The defendant, quite the audacity to create these problems and these situations and then criticize the correctional staff and the sheriff's desire to move him to a facility that's better geared to handle him.
Better geared to handle him.
It does pose a significant behavior and security risk, and his transfer to the Department of Corrections is offered.
I don't think he's an informant because I don't think they would be doing this right here. You know what I mean? Like, if they, I think they would just ship him off to I mean, I don't think they would. I think they just leave him in the jail if he was an informant, or they would put him in a safe house. I think they wouldn't keep him in a jail if he was an informant, because then, I don't know. I feel like then other people might know, like other people in the jail, and they might try to get to him. I don't know.
And appears wholly appropriate
But didn't he say he was at one point? I feel like he did.
In this case. The location of a defendant's detention, whether it is in any of the jails you mentioned, Mr. Farmer, or the Department of Corrections, has absolutely no effect or bearing on the presumption of innocence in this case. It may be
He's lying.
but it has absolutely no effect on the legal procedure and the process in this case. So the defendant,
Riverbend, I've heard of that.
The state is authorized to move the defendant to the Department of Corrections. The state will inform defendant's counsel within 14 days as to the location of Mr. Drummond's. Will monitor each 30 days and advise defense counsel as to any relocation by Mr. Drummond's, because I think it's a contrived position to take, but there's not going to be some secret location for Mr. Drummond's, and the court's not aware that the Department of Corrections or any other law enforcement agency in Tennessee for that matter, practices that kind of work. Any other, will the state prepare the order, please?
Yes, sir.
Anything else this afternoon?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we've got our reset date on the, on 11036, and we've got our trial date on the other case.
Yes, sir. We expect him to be back in court November 17th for his new indictment as well.
Yeah. Arraignments, Mr. Farmer, and I think that's probably not within the scope of your responsibilities at this time, but Mr. Huffman, arraignments, as you know, November 17th, 1 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
We expect Mr. Drummond here at that time. If not, then he can go back.
Yes, sir.
What else?
That would be all.
Why was he even there?
All right. Anything else on the docket?
Yeah. We'll watch him walk out. See if he says anything. Read his lips. Oh, dang it. They're covering up. Does this mean, I can tell you what he said. Does this mean I'm not getting them 38s of boxing back? You know, they have an evidence. Can I get those? Can I get those back, man? Before I go to the prison? I'm going to need those. I'm going to need them. Look at him. He looked worried. He got smaller, it looks like. Maybe not. Maybe he was always that small. Let me see. I think he does look smaller. I think he was 190, they said, before. 180? But, I mean, being out for 7 days, which I don't think he was out in that. I don't think he was really out in the woods that much, that long. Okay. Yep, they're done. But, yeah. Yeah, he'll get better drugs in prison. I think he'll have a lot more freedom in prison if he's allowed out, like, in the general population, which they'll probably maybe put him. He might be considered like high risk now, so they may put him in segregation until like the trial's over, and then after that, he'll be just like Brian will be eventually shifted into Gen Pop, you know. And I can't wait for that for Brian. Actually, Austin, he wants it. He wants to be in general population, so he can go to. He probably is going to get the death penalty if he doesn't not get a deal. If he doesn't ask for a deal, which I think he will. I think he will end up copping to something. I don't think he's not going to want to be on death row. This dude is used to prison, right? Austin can do hard time. Obviously, he did 10, 13 years or something. So I'm pretty sure that, yeah, he can be in prison the rest of his life and he'd be okay. He'd be all right. He got his ramen. He's got his honey buns. You saw the wall. He gets to wear whatever clothes he wants. He's got his Xbox. He's got all the things, cell phones, all the things. But if he's on death row, all those things are going to be extremely hard to get, like non-existent. So, and he'll be locked down for 23 hours a day. That's a lot different. Lot different life, right? You know, so I think he's going to end up copping to it. I don't know. I mean, killing 4 people. Yeah, he had 2 cell phones in his hands in one picture. I wonder if I could look him up anywhere, like quickly. In prison. I think I had some actually on my, yeah, right here. Look at them. We got this one. We got, I mean, you just doing all the, oh, here's his goodie snacks. Got to check out that one. Oh, look, here's another one. Life behind bars. According to, you know, oh my God, is that another one? Oh my goodness. Some of these I haven't even seen before. What is he? Oh yeah, this is the one where he's drinking. Okay, yeah, we gotta open that one. Okay. There's so many. Okay. So here's him on the bed, chilling with the cell phones. He's got the phone here, and he's got ear pods in. Like what? What? I ain't never. Some of these pictures are small. Sorry, because I didn't open them up all the way. Like I just open them into a tab. But look, he's got like a TV behind him. I swear, is that Julie from Court TV on the screen, or is that me? I don't know. He's got like all of his snacky snacks. You'll see a better picture of that here in a minute. All these are all kind of small. Sorry, I don't want to like open up my MacBook really because I've got stuff like sitting on it, but I can. Let me. Oops, whoopsie. Okay, it's not wanting to. You know how I am with a trackpad, but I was getting better. There we go. Still not that good. Okay. Still not that good with the trackpad, but there we go. Let's see it. This one, we already saw this. They're all small, damn it. They're kind of blurry too, but that's okay. Look at this one. He's got more food than I'm telling you most people have in their pantry right now. He's got Pop-Tarts. He's got Mountain Dew. He's got ramen. He's got potato chips. 4 bags. Who of the big bags? Who needs 4 bags of chips? What's this, popcorn? Probably for movie night. You know, you got to have movie night snacks. Then he's got all this stuff down here. I don't even know what this stuff is. I mean, it's crazy to me. Yeah, he's been in prison. Yeah, he just knows prison life. He's about that life. Okay, these are all small, so let me blow it up. They're just like, oh, it's so small. Now this one, it looks like he might be in the kitchen or something. I mean, I know you ain't got no refrigerator in your cell. No, he don't. But like, he must be working in the kitchen, but he's got his cell phone. It's crazy to me. This is crazy. This is nuts. He likes the Buccaneers. You know, I mean, wear whatever you want in prison. Here he is again. But look, he has an actual sink and it's not his toilet. It's not a toilet and a sink at the same time. How many things of toothpaste you need, bruh? You got 3 tubes, 4 or 5 or something over here. I mean, I go to Sam's Club, so I have the same amount probably. But I mean, there's 2 of us here and we ain't in prison. Is he wearing jeans? It looks like it. Oh my God, he's wearing jeans too. And then look, he's drinking the Ciroc, the Diddy juice. He's having his own white party. Look. Good grief. Right? 9mm? Yeah. I mean, you'd have to be a little, I don't know. Maybe it's because he was in the drug lords. It's just so crazy to me. It's all crazy to me. Right, you're not in prison. That's true. I use a lot of toothpaste, I feel like. But I'm always brushing my damn teeth. It's OCDs. They're beautiful. But I think that's all I have for you guys for tonight. So he does go back. Tracy said that. So Tracy said something about him going back to court. Yeah, I saw the comment and I forgot to respond. He goes back to court November 17th. I believe that's for the other charge of the attempted murder when he was in prison. We played a video during the live. I'm just getting I got like a little vacuum cleaner thing or vacuum for my desk. It fell off. But so I think that he is going back to court for that. His trial doesn't start until May of next year. So we'll have plenty of time to go back over his case and get all the details. I have like a huge timeline that I found and pictures and some documents. So like I said earlier, you have to live in Tennessee to FOIA Tennessee records, which is like crazy to me because like I don't know. I'm sure there's other states that do that too, but I don't know those states. So I'm hoping that like I can get some documents for him. I do have some like the arresting document. I don't know if I don't have all of it, but I swear this is all of it. But on this one, it just says it was determined that Austin Drummond did with premeditation knowingly intentionally kill James Wilson with the use of a firearm. But it says in the top has all 4 victims. But then when it actually gets down to what happened, it just says he only killed James. And so I'm wondering if there's more than, that I need to do. So yeah, we can go back to looking at this timeline that I have. It's like huge. Like it will probably be like 2 hours for us to go through it. It's like very detailed. What are you doing, Mia? You looking yourself? Hey, Mia. She's bothering me. She just yawned and looked at me like, what? What's the other one doing? All the other ones being cute. She's sleeping. But yeah, we'll definitely keep up with this case, for sure. So 2 for 1. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Who's giving them all that money actually to buy that food, right? Like, is his parent? I wonder who lost the 130,000 that they put up for him. I think that was his parents. So yeah, so November 17th, he has court for the attempted murder, and then he has trial will start in May of next year. But I have a feeling he will probably, I don't know. I have a feeling he'll probably try to get a plea deal. I mean, he doesn't want to be on death row. He doesn't. He definitely doesn't. I don't know. I wonder how Tennessee death row is. Like, I mean, I wonder how many people are on it and stuff. I'm gonna look real quick. How many people are on? I'm gonna know like every state by the time this is all done. It's thinking. Oh, AI is thinking. Okay. As of October 29th, there are 43 people on death row in Tennessee, consisting of 42 men and 1 woman. That's like in Idaho. They have like 8 or 9 men and 1 woman. I guess women are way as bad as men when it comes to killing, I guess. But yeah, 28 of the inmates were convicted in the state's largest metropolitan counties. Okay. 21 white, 21 African American, and 1 Asian. Wow, okay. Gives the race and everything. Oh, so his friends are, they're going through the court system too. And we're going to go over them next. That's what we'll do on our next live. We'll hit up the other suspects because there's 4 other people that we didn't even talk about tonight, right? He had 2 women and 2 guys help him take cars, move cars, drop things off for him, help him in his escape. If you give me just a second, I took the thing down on accident. The website. Go back over here. Okay, now I gotta remember what was I gonna look up? Oh, I was gonna look up the other suspects. I was gonna tell you what they're exactly charged with. Oh, wait. I do have some reports. Okay, we'll read through those. I want to read through his old report too, or like the arrest record for that. I think I went down too far. Where the hell did they go? It was in the timeline, I thought. Oh, here they are. Okay. So, it says that that reasonable grounds to believe that Austin Drummond had committed first-degree murder and with intent to hinder the arrest, trial, conviction, or punishment of the said Austin Drummond did provide or aid in providing the said offender with any means of avoiding arrest, trial, conviction, or punishment. And then it looks like there's 2 counts of that. So they're in trouble. And it was Tanika Brown was one. What was the other one? Tanika Brown, Deara Denise Sanders, Giovanni Thomas, and Michelle Araceli. I can't say her name. Or Michelle. No, it's Ovalese Michelle. I don't know. Michelle Ovalese. I can't say her name, but yeah. Yeah, no, Texas gets rid of them quick. So Oklahoma, I think even beat out maybe Texas as the #1 state now. And which was weird because when I heard Oklahoma, I was like, Oklahoma. I was like, they'd be wilding out over there. And Florida, of course. But Texas will give you a perp walk. You got to appreciate that. I can appreciate a perp walk. Can you? Oh, you can appreciate one too, Mia? She just stretched out. She looks so comfortable. DM said, Dawn, I'm originally from Oklahoma. They're quick. Yeah, I heard that. Well, thank you guys all for being here tonight. I appreciate you so much. It's only 10:30, so it isn't even too late. You guys can get some good sleep tonight. But thank you for being here. Be careful out on them streets. Aries said it's rough out there. But I appreciate you guys all being here tonight. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you become a member. There's always free things that you could do to help the channel, like, share, subscribe. Oh, and that's one thing. Thank you guys so much for sharing out my videos. Every week it gives me, or every month, or no, every week. It's every week. They give us our analytics. It just pops up on my phone and it tells me how many times people share my videos out. And it was 43 times last week or something like that. And that's a lot from me. I feel like for you guys to take that extra step. So thank you guys for doing that. Also, if you guys want to do something extra, whenever the live is done, you can always come back to this live or any video that I do or any live, and you can hype the video or hype the live. It gives me points or something. And then I guess we could do stuff with the points. So also, if you have been around the channel for some time, I will have to tell you about some exciting news that I got for the channels coming soon. So make sure you're ready for that. I just want to make sure it's really happening before I tell anybody. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow evening. So thank you guys so much. I might be on actually tomorrow during the day because I'm free. So be on the lookout. Bye, guys.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt.